Hello, I'm Dr. Patrick Moore. I was one of the founders of Greenpeace back in the 1970s when I was doing my PhD in ecology, and I've spent over 40 years squarely focused on the environment and sustainability. We got a lot of things right back in the 70s, but we made one big mistake. We lumped nuclear energy in with nuclear weapons as if everything nuclear was evil. Greenpeace was born in the early 1970s at the height of the Cold War and the height of the Vietnam War and the threat of all-out nuclear holocaust around the world. That's why we sort of felt everything nuclear was wrong. We were just against radiation, period. And that's why we made the mistake of lumping nuclear energy in with nuclear weapons. We shouldn't have made that mistake, because if we had recognized back in the 70s that nuclear energy was a positive technology, there'd be a lot less fossil fuel being burned in this world today, and we'd be more down the road towards reducing our dependence on fossil fuels, which we're going to have to do one day because they're not going to last forever. Whereas nuclear energy and nuclear fuel is here for thousands of years to power our civilization. Another reason why we should be working very hard at improving it and perfecting it and making it even safer than it is already today. Over the last few years, a lot of environmentalists, especially more independent-minded ones, have come out in favor of nuclear energy, including myself and including some other former Greenpeace executives. So it's not as if there's this monolithic opposition to nuclear energy in the environmental community any longer. There was back in the 70s and 80s. But that was a mistake, and many people are now realizing it was a mistake. Actually, I think the definition of a sensible environmentalist is fairly simple. It's someone who bases their positions on science and logic, rather than, as is too much the case today, on misinformation, sensationalism, and fear. Now, the reason a sensible environmentalist supports nuclear energy is just based on the facts. It is reliable, it is clean, it is safe, and it is cost-effective. If you actually look at the figures, you will see that nuclear energy is one of the safest technologies we have. They are clean. They produce no emissions to the air or water. And the electricity is affordable. So when you look at all the options from an environmental point of view, nuclear is number one.